Welcome to the Jack Mateo Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Mateo. In today's episode, we're diving into a fascinating topic, AI agents, the new workforce. It's a friendly chat about how artificial intelligence agents are stepping into jobs and what that means for all of us. We'll explore what AI agents really are, how they evolved, where they're being used in companies right now, and the big questions around their impact on work and society. Don't worry, I'll keep it clear and even throw in a bit of humor and personal insight along the way. So grab your coffee or tea and let's begin. To kick things off, imagine this scenario. It's Monday morning, you open your laptop, and an AI assistant has already sorted your emails and drafted replies. An AI assistant flags urgent messages, responds to routine questions, and solves a few problems overnight. While it may seem futuristic, we are already witnessing this in action. In fact, according to a recent trend report, 79% of employees say AI agents have had a positive impact on their work performance. That's huge! Tech leaders are buzzing about this shift. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, boldly predicted that in 2025, we may see the first AI agents join the workforce and materially change the output of companies. Even Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, said these AI agents are likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity for businesses. Clearly, something big is happening. So, what exactly are AI agents? How do we go from simple chatbots to AI systems that might sit next to us virtually at work? And are they here to help, to compete, or a bit of both? Let's unpack the basics first. What are AI agents? AI agents are basically AI systems that can make decisions and take actions on their own to complete tasks. In other words, they don't just passively give you an answer like a search engine. They can do things for you. They use technologies like machine learning and natural language processing to understand what's happening, learn from data or feedback, and then act autonomously toward a goal. Because they can adjust to new information on the fly, they're more flexible than old-school software. You might hear people call this agentic AI. It's a fancy term, but it really means AI that feels like an agent working on your behalf. Traditionally, we've had programs that follow fixed rules: if X, then do Y. Now, thanks to advanced AI, especially large language models, we have AI that can figure out how to handle a task in new situations without step-by-step instructions. I like how one expert put it: we're moving from large language models to large action models. Instead of just generating text or answers, these systems can take actions like booking a meeting, scanning a database, or controlling other software tools as needed. How did we get here? A quick evolution story. A few years ago, AI was mostly doing narrow tasks, recognizing images, recommending movies, and chatting a bit. Then came the breakthrough in generative AI like GPT-3 and GPT-4, which can understand and produce human-like language. Developers started chaining these abilities with tools and APIs, so an AI could not only chat with you, but also click buttons, fill forms, or search the web by itself. That's how we got early autonomous agents prototypes like AutoGPT and others in 2023. They were rough, but they showed it's possible. Now, in 2025, big tech companies are baking these capabilities into products. For example, Microsoft has an AutoGen framework for creating AI agents, and many others, OpenAI, Anthropic, etc., are building platforms for this. It's becoming clearer that AI agents are the next big step in computing, essentially software that can operate with a degree of autonomy on our behalf. To put it simply, if old virtual assistants like Siri or Alexa were helpers that waited for commands, these new AI agents are more like proactive team members. They don't need constant micromanagement. They can plan, execute, and learn. And thanks to this, we're starting to treat them less like tools and more like coworkers, at least in how they function. If not emotionally, I'm not ready to have a water cooler chat with my laptop just yet. Aye. Now that we know what they are, let's look at how companies are actually using AI agents today. You might be surprised at the variety of jobs these AIs are handling and how well they're doing. AI agents are not just research projects. They're out in the wild helping businesses across different industries. Let's explore some real examples of AI agents acting as part of the workforce. Customer service and support. This is a huge area for AI agents. For instance, Ruby Labs, a tech company, deployed an AI support agent to handle customer chats. Now, when users need help on Ruby Labs app, they go through a chatbot that can handle a wide range of issues, from billing questions to technical troubleshooting. Amazingly, 98% of support chats at Ruby Labs are resolved without ever needing a human agent. The AI can even detect when a user is about to cancel a service and automatically offer a tailored discount to save the customer. As a result, customers get instant responses 24/7, and the human support team only jumps in for the rare, complex cases. Another example is that the company service now recently launched AI agents for customer service, which can autonomously resolve many common requests from both employees and customers, while only involving human supervisors for oversight on more complex cases. There's also a startup named Sierra that's trying to automate online customer interactions fully with AI. They claim their system can handle 70% of customer requests independently and make human agents 10-20% more efficient on the rest. It even uses one AI to oversee the others, which is like an AI manager monitoring AI employees. In customer service, AI agents function as incredibly fast and tireless representatives, managing thousands of inquiries. Sales and marketing. AI agents are becoming the newest sales reps and marketers. One case I love is a digital assistant named Waverlin. This AI agent works for a consulting firm, and it chats with every website visitor, answers their questions, gathers their contact info, and even books them for a consultation if they're interested. Waverland basically took over the tedious lead generation tasks that salespeople used to do. The result? The firm saw a 25% boost in book consultations in just a few weeks, thanks to Waverland's around-the-clock engagement with potential clients. And because the AI qualifies leads better and weeds out the dead ends, the human sales team can focus on the most promising customers. That's a great example of humans and AI dividing and conquering. The AI handles the grunt work, and humans bring the personal touch to close deals. Similarly, marketing teams use AI agents to watch trends or even create content. An AI company, BotPress, developed a competitive intelligence agent that autonomously scans competitors' websites and news, then summarizes the changes each week. Instead of interns doing hours of research, the AI agent does it nonstop and emails a report. It's like having an analyst on staff who never sleeps. Human resources and hiring. Yes, even HR has AI coworkers now. We're seeing AI agents that can assist in hiring or internal HR support. For example, LinkedIn, the job networking giant, launched an AI hiring assistant in late 2024. This agent can take a manager's rough notes about a job opening and generate a polished job description from it. It doesn't stop there. It will then automatically source candidates that fit the role and even reach out to them to start the recruitment process. It's essentially doing the initial legwork of a recruiter, drafting the job post and scanning through talent pools. That speeds up hiring significantly. On the internal side of HR, companies like IBM use AI agents to help employees with HR questions. IBM has an AI agent called ASC HR integrated into their systems. Ask HR can instantly answer common questions like, how do I file for leave? Or, what's our travel reimbursement policy? And it even generates pay stubs or updates personal records. According to IBM's own CTO, their ASC HR agent now automates 94% of routine HR tasks, basically all the low-level queries and paperwork. Employees get answers immediately, and the HR staff is freed from answering the same questions over and over. I imagine the HR team is pretty happy to offload those repetitive tasks. No one misses digging through policy manuals all day. There's a fun twist. One company even named their HR bot Harry Potter HR plus AI plus a Harry Potter pun. And apparently, Harry Potter became one of the most popular employees because it's so helpful and always available. So AI agents in HR act like helpful assistants or junior HR reps, making life easier for everyone. Logistics and operations. If your holiday packages arrived on time last year, you might have an AI agent to thank. UPS, the shipping company, uses an AI agent called Orion on road integrated optimization and navigation to plan delivery routes for drivers in real time. Orion looks at all the addresses, traffic data, weather, you name it, and then figures out the most efficient route for each UPS truck each day. This isn't static routing. It keeps learning and adjusting. The impact has been massive. Orion is saving UPS about 100 million miles of driving per year, cutting about $300 million in costs, and reducing carbon emissions by 100,000 tons annually. Those are eye-popping numbers, all from an AI optimizing what used to be done by human planners or rigid software. In a way, Orion is an invisible but super important member of the UPS ops team, and it highlights a key point. AI agents excel at crunching data and finding efficiencies in complex systems, whether it's routing deliveries, managing supply chain inventories, or scheduling manufacturing processes. Many factories and warehouses now have AI scheduling agents that adjust on the fly to keep things running smoothly. They might not have cute names, but they quietly make sure your favorite store has products on the shelf. Productivity and personal assistance. Companies are also giving AI agents to their employees as personal productivity boosters. Microsoft has been integrating AI copilots across Office 365, and just this year they introduced Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat with more agentic abilities. For example, before a meeting, the AI can fetch relevant customer data and recent news about the client you're about to talk to. It can watch your calendar and prep materials you need, almost like an executive assistant would. Another example, JP Morgan created an AI agent called Coach AI for its financial advisors. Coach AI listens in figuratively on client meetings and can instantly pull up relevant research or suggest answers to client questions on the fly. In one market volatility episode in April 2025, JP Morgan noted that Coach AI helped their advisors respond quicker and with better information for nervous clients. It's like having a super knowledgeable wingman in every sales call. And in creative fields, we have agents that can generate design drafts, write code, or even compose music samples for review. They're not replacing the designers or engineers, but they give a head start or handle tedious parts of the job. Healthcare. This is one area where AI agents are literally saving lives. A company called ADOC developed an AI agent for radiology. In hospitals like Yale New Haven, this agent runs in the background, scanning all the new CT scans and X-rays as they come in. It's looking for urgent problems, say, signs of a pulmonary embolism, a dangerous blood clot in the lungs that a doctor should treat immediately. ADOC's agent can detect these issues in the images within seconds and flag the serious cases faster than the normal queue. Over a year, at one hospital, it identified 14 critical cases that might have been missed or delayed otherwise. That means patients who needed urgent care got it sooner. The AI basically acts as a tireless junior doctor, scanning images overnight and alerting the human doctors when it finds something. As this is FDA approved for certain diagnostics, it's trusted to operate with a level of autonomy in the clinical workflow. Beyond scans, there are AI agents reminding patients to take medication or helping schedule appointments by talking to multiple systems at once. The goal is to take the load off overworked medical staff. As a patient, I appreciate anything that helps doctors and nurses spend more time focusing on us rather than paperwork. These examples just scratch the surface. The bottom line is that AI agents are popping up in virtually every industry: finance, retail, tech, healthcare, education, you name it. Anywhere there are a lot of data or repetitive tasks, an AI agent can potentially step in. A recent study found that 82% of companies plan to integrate AI agents in the next 1-3 years to boost automation and efficiency. Companies see the value, and they don't want to be left behind. From boosting sales by double digits to saving hundreds of millions in costs, These AI employees are delivering results. And as a solo podcast host, I have to admit, hearing about AI agents writing articles, scheduling meetings, and doing research makes me think, hey, can I get one to help produce this podcast? Just kidding, but with all this success, there are some serious considerations too. It's not all rosy. Let's discuss what it means for us humans when AI agents become part of the workforce. What are the benefits we can celebrate? And what challenges or worries should we keep in mind? So, AI agents are clearly powerful tools and they're being adopted quickly. This brings big implications for work and society. Let's break it down, starting with the good stuff and then the concerns, and also the broader changes in work culture that might happen. Benefits and opportunities. The rise of AI agents offers some clear benefits. Increased productivity and efficiency. AI agents can work way faster than humans on certain tasks and handle massive scale. For example, when MC Kinsey studied 5,000 customer service reps using generative AI, they found those reps could resolve issues 14% faster per hour on average, and time spent per issue went down 9%. In essence, each person became more productive with AI assistance. On a larger scale, IBM reported a $3.5 billion productivity boost over 2 years by using AI across 70-plus business processes. That's like having an economic force multiplier. When mundane tasks are automated, human workers can focus on higher value work, which means the whole company outputs more. In many cases, AI agents free up humans to do what humans do best: creative planning, complex problem solving, and relationship building instead of spending time on rote procedures. Cost savings and revenue gains. By handling tasks that would otherwise require salaries or overtime, AI agents can save companies a lot of money, as we saw with UPS saving hundreds of millions. They can also generate more revenue by improving services. Zara's AI agent helped it spot fashion trends faster, contributing to a 7% sales increase in a year. For businesses, these agents can quickly pay for themselves. Waverlin, the lead gen bot, recouped its costs in just 3 weeks through new consultations booked. That kind of ROI makes CFOs pretty happy. It also can make products cheaper or more accessible in the long run, which could benefit consumers. 24/7 availability and scalability. Unlike humans, AI agents don't sleep, get tired, or need vacations. They can operate around the clock. This means customer support AI can answer your question at 3 a.m. on a Sunday. If demand spikes, say, hundreds of people suddenly need to file insurance claims after a storm, you can spin up more AI instances to handle the load instantly. They scale up or down much more flexibly than hiring or scheduling people. This always-on reliability is great for critical services too. Like the healthcare example, the AI is always watching the incoming scans, even at off hours. Consistency is another perk. An AI agent will follow the same procedure every time, so there's less variability in quality provided it's been well trained. Handling jobs humans don't want. Let's be honest, a lot of work in any office or system is tedious. Think of scanning thousands of legal documents for a certain clause, or monitoring security cameras all day, or sorting through endless Excel sheets. AI agents can happily take over these dull, dirty, or dangerous tasks. In some cases, they can go to places humans can't, like exploring data from millions of sources in minutes. By offloading grunt work to AI, humans can focus on more engaging tasks. In theory, this could make jobs more satisfying. For example, lawyers using AI agents to summarize case law can spend more time crafting strategy instead of digging through books. Doctors using AI for preliminary diagnoses can spend more time talking to patients. I personally wouldn't mind an AI agent to handle my email inbox triage. It's not exactly thrilling to do that every morning. As one tech CEO, Sundar Pichai of Google, said, "The future of AI is not about replacing humans, it's about augmenting human capabilities." In other words, AI agents can act like power-ups that let us do more and focus on the parts of work we care about. New services and innovation. AI agents might enable things that just weren't possible before. For instance, Some AI agents can coordinate across multiple systems. Quickly imagine an AI that can plan an entire business trip for you, book flights and hotels, transfer your meeting schedule, and handle SA expenses in a few minutes. That level of concierge service for everyone was impractical with only human assistance, but with AI, it could become common. We're also seeing completely new roles emerge, like AI research assistants that can design and run simple experiments. In one recent case, scientists demonstrated an AI agent that could not only research a problem, but also help design an experiment and analyze the results autonomously. This hints at accelerating innovation in fields like science and engineering. In short, AI agents could unlock growth in ways we haven't even thought of by tackling tasks that were beyond manual feasibility. Competitive advantage and inclusion. Companies that harness AI agents effectively could leap ahead of competitors. There's a saying now, AI won't replace people, but people or companies who use AI will replace those who don't. This was echoed by Ginny Rometty, former IBM CEO, who noted that those who embrace AI will have a big edge. We might also see AI agents helping fill talent gaps. For example, a small startup with few staff could deploy AI agents to handle support and operations, allowing them to compete with bigger firms. On a societal level, if used right, AI agents could help provide services in areas where skilled workers are lacking, think education or healthcare in remote regions, with AI assistants supporting the limited staff there. The opportunity is to use these agents to improve access and quality of services universally. That's the bright side. A world where we work alongside clever AI helpers, and everyone is more productive and creative. However, it's not automatic that things will go well. There are also significant challenges and concerns with AI agents joining the workforce. It's time to address the elephant or robot in the room. What about jobs and potential downsides? Challenges and concerns. With great power comes great responsibility, and AI agents certainly raise some serious concerns we need to navigate. Job displacement and economic impact. The most immediate worry you hear is, are these AI agents going to take away jobs from people? The truthful answer, some jobs will be affected. In fact, they already have been. For example, IBM CEO Arvind Krishna made headlines when he said IBM was pausing hiring for roles that AI could replace, specifically back office and administrative functions. He estimated about 800 jobs. Roughly 30% of IBM's non-customer facing roles could be done by AI in the next 5 years. That's not just theory. IBM actually replaced several hundred human HR staff with an AI agent ASC HR recently. Similarly, the CEO of fintech company Klarna said their AI customer service chatbot was doing the work equivalent of 700 human agents, and as a result, they froze hiring for certain positions. These are real numbers and real people's jobs. So there is a displacement effect. Roles that are very routine or data intensive are prime targets for automation by AI agents. Over time, this could affect sectors like customer support, telemarketing, data entry, basic accounting, certain analytical roles, and even some creative production roles like basic content writing. The flip side, and this is important, is that AI can also create new jobs and shift jobs. Historically, technology that automates some tasks ends up creating new types of work, but there can be painful transitions. The director of the International Labor Organization noted that millions of jobs are going to be lost, and millions of jobs are going to be created due to AI. And the focus should be on reskilling and transforming the workforce rather than panicking. We may see new roles like AI system trainers, AI ethicists, or simply more demand in jobs that AI can't do, like those requiring high emotional intelligence, hands-on craftsmanship, etc. Interestingly, IBM's case wasn't just about cutting jobs. They reported that even after using AI to automate HR tasks, they ended up hiring more people in other departments like engineering and sales. Krishna said the total employment actually went up because the savings from AI were reinvested in growth areas. So the outcome really depends on how companies and society manage it. But there's no denying some workers will need support to transition. Economists talk about potential greater inequality if, say, AI mostly boosts high-tech firms and skilled workers but replaces lower skill roles. It's something policymakers are watching closely. Ideas like universal basic income or job transition programs often come up in these discussions. Need for new skills. A related challenge is that workers will need to adapt and learn to work with AI. An AI agent might not replace you, but someone who knows how to leverage AI could. A tech education leader, Hadi Partovi, put it this way: it's not that the worker gets replaced by a robot. It's that some other worker who knows how to use AI becomes 2 or 3 times as productive and replaces you. This means all of us need to keep learning. Digital literacy now includes AI literacy. Whether you're a marketer, a doctor, or a truck driver, knowing how to use AI tools could become essential. It's a challenge for the education system and for individuals to keep up. On the positive side, many routine tasks might be taken off our plate, though we'll have to excel in the more complex tasks and perhaps handle more oversight of AI. Lifelong learning is the name of the game. Bias and ethical issues. AI agents are only as good as the data and rules we give them, and they can also learn bad habits. We've seen cautionary tales. Amazon had to scrap an AI recruiting tool when they discovered it was biased against women. The AI had learned from past hiring data which was skewed toward male candidates in tech, and started downgrading resumes that included the word women's, as in women's soccer team captain Yike S. That obviously wasn't acceptable. This highlights that AI agents can inadvertently carry over human biases in data or make unfair decisions. In areas like hiring, lending, criminal justice, or even just moderating content on a platform, having an AI agent independently making decisions can be risky. Who is accountable if the AI discriminates or makes a bad call? Often the blame will still and should fall on the company using the AI. So businesses have to be very careful. They need to test AI systems for bias, put in checks, and often keep a human in the loop for sensitive decisions. Ethical guidelines and even laws/regulations are starting to form around this. We also have to consider privacy. AI agents might need to access a lot of data to be effective: your emails, customer records, etc. So how that data is used and protected is critical. Errors and accountability. No AI is perfect. These agents can and will make mistakes. Sometimes that's benign, like giving a wrong answer that a human can double-check, but sometimes it could be serious. Imagine an AI trading agent making a bad stock trade, or a medical AI overlooking a symptom. When an AI agent acts with autonomy, figuring out who is responsible for mistakes can be tricky. If a human employee messes up, we know who's accountable. If an AI agent deployed by a company messes up, ultimately the company is accountable, but internally, it might be hard to trace why the AI did what it did. AI decision-making can be a black box. This is why many recommend that AI agents, especially early on, act as assistants rather than full decision-makers for critical tasks. For example, an AI agent might draft a legal contract, but a human lawyer must review and sign off. Or, an AI medical agent flags scans, but a radiologist confirms before acting. This human-in-the-loop approach is a safety net. Over time, as AI proves itself and perhaps gains the ability to explain its reasoning better, we might trust it more. But a healthy skepticism and oversight mechanism are necessary, especially in high-stakes fields. Security and control. Giving AI agents autonomy means we're often giving them access to our systems and data. If an AI agent can send emails on my behalf, what's to stop it from accidentally or intentionally, if hacked, sending the wrong thing? If it has access to company databases to perform its job, that's another attack surface for cybercriminals. There's also the concern, often exaggerated in sci-fi, of an AI going rogue, not in an evil genius way, but even in a simple scenario like an AI tasked to optimize a process that accidentally does something harmful because it followed its objective too rigidly. For instance, An infamous hypothetical. An AI told to minimize email spam decides the best way is to shut down the email server entirely, problem solved. But not what we wanted. So designing proper limits and fail-safes for AI agents is important. They should have guardrails, constraints on what they can do, and monitors that can pause or stop them if they go off track. Companies like Microsoft and OpenAI are actively researching AI alignment and safety to ensure agents follow human intentions. And leaders like the U.S. Secretary General have called for global efforts to put guardrails on AI development to mitigate risks, impact on workers, and workplace culture. Beyond the technical issues, there's a human impact in the office. How will employees feel working alongside AI agents? Some may feel threatened or demoralized if they see AI doing parts of their job. Change can be hard. Imagine you're a customer service rep and suddenly an AI agent is handling most customer chats, and you're now just supervising or handling escalations. That's a very different job than before, almost like managing a team of robot agents. Companies will need to manage these transitions with empathy, retraining people for new roles, and being transparent about what the AI is there to do. Work culture might shift in interesting ways. We might start having AI agents attend meetings, maybe not physically, but as data contributors. Teams could have a mix of human and AI members. In fact, one HR tech leader speculated that AI agents will appear on organization charts as if they are employees. This idea was met with some backlash. It's a bit strange to think of a bot as an entry on the company directory, but it illustrates that companies are seriously considering AI as part of the workforce structure. We might have to onboard AI agents, train them, and even coach them over time just like we do with people. Josh Berzin, an industry analyst, noted that these agents will require management and oversight, saying we'll have to train and watch over them to ensure they're safe and secure. It's a new management challenge. Your employee of the month might one day be a piece of software, but you still need to make sure it's aligned with your goals. Social and economic disparities. On the bigger societal level, there's a concern that AI agents could widen the gap between the haves and have-nots. If certain companies, countries, or individuals have access to powerful AI agents and others don't, it might increase inequality. The UN and other global organizations have emphasized the need to make AI benefits broadly available, not just to rich nations or big corporations. There's also a scenario where if AI does lead to less demand for human labor in some areas, we as a society will need to rethink things like job training, education, and possibly social safety nets. Some have suggested concepts like a robot tax, where companies pay a tax for replacing human workers with automation, which could fund retraining programs or universal basic income. These ideas are still being debated, and it's beyond the scope of this podcast to settle them, but it's clear that planning for the social impact is key. History has shown that technology revolutions can cause short-term disruptions even if they bring long-term benefits, so we want to smooth out those bumps as much as possible. Given all these challenges, the approach many experts suggest is a balanced, responsible integration of AI agents. Don't just throw AIs into every role and hope for the best. Instead, introduce them gradually, monitor outcomes, involve employees in the process, and have clear rules. As Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, said, we must take the unintended consequences of any new technology along with the benefits and think about them simultaneously, not after the fact. In other words, be proactive about the downsides while we deploy the upsides. It's a lot to take in, benefits and challenges. And it's all happening fast. Next, let's hear a bit more from thought leaders about the future, and then I'll share some final thoughts and predictions on where this all leads. Insights from tech leaders and future predictions. The conversation about AI agents is not just happening in boardrooms. It's a hot topic among tech leaders, researchers, and even policymakers. Here are a few insightful quotes and perspectives that shed light on the future of AI agents in our workforce. Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn, has pointed out the sheer scope of change, saying, AI is going to reshape every industry and every job. This doesn't mean every job disappears, but it means no job will be untouched. Even if AI doesn't replace you, it might change how you do your work. Hoffman's view underscores that this is a transformation on the scale of the Industrial Revolution or the computer revolution. It will affect everyone in some way, from the factory floor to the C-suite. Sam Altman, OpenAI, as we mentioned, is optimistic that starting this year, 2025, AI agents will materially change company outputs. He sees them moving from mere co-pilots to more autonomous actors. This suggests that by year's end, or in the next couple of years, we might hear stories of companies that significantly increase their productivity or launch new products thanks to AI agents taking on major project roles. Altman's prediction is bold, but given how quickly ChatGPT was adopted, it's not far-fetched that an AI colleague could be next. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA, with his multi-trillion-dollar opportunity, quote, is basically saying the market for AI agents and the value they create is enormous. He cited a projection that this market will grow from about $5 billion in 2024 to $47 billion by 2030. So if you follow the money, huge investments and innovations are on the way. When you have that kind of growth, it usually means these agents will become commonplace. By 2030, perhaps having an AI agent or several in a company will be as normal as having an IT department. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, gave an interesting philosophical take. We are entering a world where we will learn to coexist with AI, not as its masters, but as its collaborators. This is a powerful image, the idea of collaborating with AI rather than controlling or fighting it. It implies a future where we work side by side with AI agents, each doing what we're best at. I find this perspective encouraging because it's not adversarial. It's saying humans and AI will be partners. Perhaps in meetings, an AI agent will be there to quickly pull up data or even generate ideas, and the human team will build on that. We'll lean on each other's strengths. Yes, I'm talking as if the AI is an entity, which is strange, but in practical terms, that's how it might feel. Zuckerberg's line also subtly reminds us that we can't be complacent masters who just issue commands. We have to actively engage and learn to work with these tools. Arvind Krishna, CEO of IBM, offered a pragmatic insight after IBM's experience. He said using AI in the company freed up resources to invest in areas requiring human expertise. And what AI does is it gives you more investment to put into other areas. In IBM's case, after automating a lot of HR and IT support tasks, they hired more people in software engineering, marketing, and sales. He emphasized roles that involve critical thinking and human interaction benefited from the reallocation. This suggests a future where organizations shift human roles towards more complex, interpersonal, and creative domains, while AI handles the administrative and analytical heavy lifting. It's a hopeful model. Rather than pure job cuts, it's job transformation and elevation. Tech researchers and academics also have their eyes on this. Many talk about the goal of augmented intelligence rather than just artificial intelligence, meaning AI that augments human capability. The consensus in research circles is that the best outcomes come when humans and AI co-design workflows. For instance, the field of human-AI collaboration is growing, ensuring AI agents are built with user feedback and are intuitive to work with. There's also a push for transparency. By the time AI agents are heavily involved in work, we might have better explainable AI that can tell you why it made a certain decision, which builds trust. Now, looking ahead, here are a few predictions and thoughts about the future of AI agents in the workforce. In the next few years, say 5 years, expect to see AI agents becoming standard in many companies' workflows. Early adoption is already underway, as we discussed. Likely, any company with a sizable customer support operation will have AI agents handling a big chunk of it. Many teams will have a team AI that logs meeting notes, generates first drafts of reports, and keeps projects on schedule. We might also see personal AI agents for knowledge workers. Imagine you have your own AI that knows your work style and helps you throughout the day like a real assistant. According to Bill Gates, who's quite involved in AI philanthropy and business, anyone online will have an AI assistant in the near future, doing things like giving healthcare advice, shopping for you, or boosting your work productivity. So the concept extends beyond the workplace into personal life to by the end of this decade, 2030-ish. AI agents could be as ubiquitous as smartphones. Just like today, we assume everyone has a phone or computer at work. In a few years, we might assume every professional works with an AI agent. The nature of many jobs will shift to supervision, creative work, or complex problem-solving with AI as the first pass. Some jobs will be completely done by AI under human oversight, for example. Basic accounting entries might be fully AI, with accountants focusing on strategy and audits. New job categories will likely emerge that we can't fully predict. Maybe AI workflow designer or AI interaction specialist will become common roles. Economically, productivity growth could accelerate. Some experts predict an AI-driven productivity boom, possibly akin to how the internet in the late 90s and early 2000s boosted productivity. This could mean higher GDP, but also questions about how that wealth is distributed. On the societal front, we'll likely have ongoing debates and policy development for AI. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like labor laws updated to account for AI agents, perhaps requiring companies to disclose when an AI is making decisions that affect employees or customers. Unions might push for AI impact assessments before companies implement agents that could affect jobs. Education curricula will definitely include AI literacy. Kids in school today might graduate with experience using AI agents for research or projects. Culturally, we might also see a shift in how we value work if AI handles more. Perhaps work weeks shorten or people spend more time on creative pursuits. That's a hopeful scenario. The less optimistic scenario is people need to hustle even more to find niche roles that AI can't do. It's up to us in many ways, through policy and innovation, to steer toward the positive outcome. In terms of collaboration, I think we'll get used to AI agents fairly quickly. Just as email and the internet felt odd at first decades ago but now are second nature, working with AI assistants will become normal. We might give them names, as some companies already do, which helps humanize them a bit. There may even be a bit of fun or camaraderie with well-designed AI agents. I can imagine teams joking, "Oh, let's ask Alex, our AI, to crunch those numbers." The best-case future is one where employees see the AI agent as a helpful colleague that takes on the boring stuff and supercharges the team rather than as a threat. Long-term sci-fi possibilities? Who knows, maybe in 10-15 years, AI agents will become so advanced they can handle a majority of knowledge work tasks end-to-end. This raises the prospect of something like AI-driven companies or departments. But I think there will always be a need for human judgment, ethics, and creativity at the helm. AI can get impressively competent, but at least with current understanding, it lacks true common sense and genuine empathy, things that are crucial in many jobs. So I foresee a future workforce that's a blend of humans and AI, where we each focus on our strengths. As a balanced view, I have to stress, the future isn't set in stone. How positive or negative these developments are depends on choices we make now in business strategy, in training workers, in setting regulations or guidelines, and in how we embrace or resist these changes. The optimistic take, which I lean towards, is that AI agents will handle a lot of the drudge work and help humans achieve more than ever, from curing diseases faster to making daily work more enjoyable. The pessimistic take is that if mismanaged, they could cause unemployment spikes or be used in ways that harm privacy and fairness. It's likely to be a mix, and we'll learn and adapt as we go. One thing's for sure, AI agents are not going away. The genie is out of the bottle. Even if there are setbacks or regulations, the advantages are just too attractive for businesses and even governments to ignore. It reminds me of when electricity was introduced into industry. There was initial disruption, but ultimately you couldn't be a competitive factory on steam power when others had electric machines. Similarly, in a decade, it might be unthinkable to run a large customer service center without AI agents or to do software development without AI assistants, and so on. Let's wrap up with a reflection on how we can personally navigate this new world of AI agents and some closing thoughts. We've covered a lot of ground today, from what AI agents are and how they came to be, to real examples of them boosting businesses, to the broad impact, good and bad, they could have on work and society. AI agents truly are becoming the new workforce in many respects. Not in a way that means no human workforce, but in a way that the concept of a workforce now includes digital colleagues. Personally, I find this both exciting and a little intimidating. On one hand, as a tech enthusiast, I'm amazed by the possibilities. Who wouldn't want a tireless assistant to handle the boring stuff and amplify what you can do? I'd love to spend more time on creative podcasting and research and less on scheduling or editing, and maybe an AI agent will help me do that soon. On the other hand, I empathize with people who worry about their jobs or about society changing too fast. Change is never easy, especially when it feels like it's accelerating. The key is balance and adaptation. We, as individuals and as a society, should try to guide the change rather than just let it happen to us. That means learning about these tools, hence why you're here, listening. Good job. You're staying informed, experimenting with them, but also being vocal about our values and concerns. It's okay to say, hey, I think an AI should not be making that decision without a human. Or, conversely, why are we wasting human talent on this task an AI could do? Both questions are valid in different contexts. One thing I take comfort in is that human qualities remain crucial. Creativity, empathy, ethics, and critical thinking, those will only become more important as routine work gets automated. Your ability to collaborate, to come up with original ideas, to understand another person, and to improvise in an uncertain situaciones are things AI struggles with. So cultivating those in ourselves is a safe bet. As we conclude, consider this. We're at a point in history similar to when personal computers or the internet were first entering the workplace. There were fears and adjustments then too, but ultimately those technologies created more opportunities and even new industries. AI agents could very well do the same. They might handle a lot of the heavy lifting, and in doing so, free humanity to do things that we couldn't before, maybe a new renaissance of innovation, or simply a world where people have more time for life outside of work because AI makes businesses ultra efficient. Imagine that AI that actually gives us more leisure time. I'll end with a thoughtful note. It's about collaboration with these new tools. We shouldn't see it as us versus them. As I mentioned earlier with Zuckerberg's quote, it's about coexistence and collaboration. The companies and individuals who figure out how to team up with AI agents effectively will likely thrive. In a way, it's like suddenly having very capable interns or assistants who need some guidance. They can be brilliant if directed well, but they're not going to run the show alone. We're still in the driver's seat, deciding how to use AI. So, let's embrace the AI agents as our new teammates, be mindful of steering things in a positive direction, and continue to learn and adapt. The workforce of the future isn't humans or AI, it's humans and AI working together. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into AI agents, the new workforce. I hope it gave you some useful insights and perhaps eased some worries or sparked some ideas. I'll be keeping an eye on this space, maybe with the help of an AI agent or two. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Jack Mateo Podcast for more explorations of technology and how it's changing our world. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Do you welcome our new AI coworkers? Or are you hitting the pause button? Let me know on social media. And as always, if you want to stay updated, follow me at Jack Mateo AI on your favorite platform. I share interesting news and insights there regularly. Until next time, stay curious and take care.